Okay. I'm being joined today by a very successful young lady that is living in the Atlanta area. She is a VSU college graduate. Um, Due to privacy purposes, we will not say her name. However, the topic that we will be discussing today is being an independent woman at a young age and dating. So, I would like to ask you, ma'am, my question for you is what is it like being a financially independent woman and dating in today's era while being a young woman?
Okay. First off, hey everyone. But how is it to be an independent woman, financially stable and dating? Okay, first off, being independent, I've been independent since I was like 18. Like, as soon as I jumped out the house to go to college. So
Okay.
it wasn't nothing, you know what I'm saying? So I mean, I just feel like when you don't have the financial stability from your parents, then that pushes you to be kind of independent and when they don't baby you. So me being independent, it was at first it seemed easy. It was easy because I was in school like taking 18 hours, working two jobs and stuff just so I could make sure I can be straight about it also. But when I moved to Atlanta, it was a whole different ball game because of course things go up, prices go up. So I had to make sure I had the proper job to take care of myself.
Now, you said something interesting at first. You said not having that financial support from your parents. Do you feel technically, that it's the parents' responsibility to make sure that the child is financially mature before leaving high school? Or
I mean, for my particular situation, like my father, he was had an accident at work where he was disabled, whatnot, where he couldn't work. So he was battling like a lawsuit. So when we was financially stable at first, like had like in all extracurricular activity, like I mean everything you can name it was all of it. And then when he got hurt at work, it just stopped. So it was like, dang, So that just I was like, okay, well, I need to figure out how this is gonna work. Cause I know I can't call home and ask my folks for that. Even now, you know what I'm saying? It's just been instilled in me so many years that I don't call home if I need help. So that just pushes me to like, make a way. Cause I just feel like by nature I'm a hustler.
Okay.
So I mean, being independent in Atlanta and dating, it's hard because I ain't gonna say it's hard, but it's difficult because it's a lot of men in Atlanta that is, bisexual or, gay or whatever the case may be. And
before we go to that side of it, picking a guy, because I have heard that it's very, very difficult dating in Atlanta due to, guys that live alternative lifestyles. So before we go there, the main part would be just as far as being independent, you know what I'm saying? Like financially or everything else that above, kind of like the whole, I got my own house, car,
That shit feel good. Like, I don't know. It's like, it's nothing like having your own because, you got your own car. You pay your own note. Like, you ain't got to worry about nobody or nothing because you can drive yourself where the fuck you want. So you ain't got to go nowhere.
Okay. Now being at that and how you got guys that still live by Southern tradition and they want to be the one to be the provider, is that difficult for you? Because you could technically do things on your own. So it's like, do you need a guy?
I would say that I would want a guy. You know what I'm saying? As far as needing, like my father just taught me not to ever need nobody. Like he taught me a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? But I have been in that space where I did need someone, and in return, I was doing stuff as well. That they need help with too. But the relationship ended, and like I just feel like that whole thing taught me like to still, even though if you need somebody to still have your shit together in case some shit happens. So that was like a big transition for me too.
Okay, that makes sense then. So it's like, okay, with that being said, of having your own, or you could carry your own weight, are guys intimidated by you because of that?
Well, I feel like dudes are intimidated by me by nature because of my height, but that's beside the point.
Okay, so I didn't even think of that. So, okay, due to your height and due to your financial stability, you feel that you are a threat.
Yeah, because sometimes I have had people that wanted to date me, but they wasn't on the same level as I say per se.
Mm-hmm.
And they felt kind of like, well, she got her own shit, her own crib, she ain't gonna need me. So it was like, well, they felt kind of bad because they wasn't in the same space, and they didn't know if they could benefit me. You know what I'm saying? You ain't just gotta benefit me financially, but you can benefit me like talking on the phone or a conversation or meeting up somewhere, just that other companionship.
Okay, that makes sense. So basically, by you saying you dating, it's not the whole financial aspect that you would need from it. It's the other things that they could step up with, right?
Yeah. Like, sometimes, I ain't gonna lie, I'm tired of them carrying them gross up them 3 flights of stairs. That shit be tiring. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of walking to the trash can, taking trash out. They could do that shit too. So
I mean, true. Okay, well, okay. To add on to that, do you feel that guys are lazy? So now we get to the point of some are intimidated by you due to financial success, you being independent, and also your height. Do you feel that a lot of guys are lazy?
I really haven't came across anyone lazy in particular, because I feel like whatever you give off is you're gonna attract. So if you feel like you lazy and you ain't shit, you gonna bring somebody that's lazy and ain't shit. So I just feel like you project the energy that you want to receive.
Okay, so you get back what you give out.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay, I'm digging it. I like that. All right. To further on, how has your dating life been?
It's so ass in Atlanta.
You said it sucks?
It's so ass in Atlanta. It's just
in the aspect of what?
Like meeting people, you know what I'm saying? Like you meet people, but there's a lot of people that's flexing that ain't got nothing that say I got this, but in their mama car. It's just a lot of stuff.
Okay. So now, we're going back to it. That's the whole financial part of it. So would you respect a guy being straight up honest with you, telling you like, hey, I like you, I'm feeling you, I want to get to know you. However, I stay with my mom and no, I don't have my own car. Could you see yourself dating a guy like that?
I would say yes, and I don't know. I would say I don't know because, I mean, if he came, I would say yes, but at the same time, it would be kind of difficult because at that point they're gonna want you to come pick them up,
But going back to it though, you said sometimes you get tired of carrying groceries and things up 3 flights of stairs. So if
so you want me to go pick him up, go to the grocery store, bring my groceries up to the house, and then take them back home?
I know that sounds crazy. It sounds crazy, but I mean, okay, so you would feel like in a situation like that, you're settling, right?
I mean, I'm 26, so I just feel like at this age, unless you don't had a minor setback like jail or something. But me particularly, I wouldn't date anybody that went to jail. Like,
really, why not?
Because I worked in the prison before. I was a correction officer, so I'd have seen stuff that I'd never seen before until I went behind them doors. So
you feel that they're just completely out of it? What if they change? You do have like prison reform. You got other programs that are out there that help.
It's not about their attitude or what they do when they get out. It's what I seen inside there. I've come across a male that considered himself straight, but was having intercourse with men in prison. He was
wow.
I'm just a situational gay. I'm not all the way gay. So when I come out of jail, I'm not gonna be gay. Like, that don't make sense. So it's like a lot of stuff I've seen inside there.
Okay. So I can get that then. Now, you know what? By you saying that, you just opened up a very, very good question that I've been thinking about and I've talked to a few people with. Why it's hard to date, around Atlanta, or just in general, and you not knowing people's backgrounds, like you said, because some been to jail and you just don't know. There's this old age question of, can friends with benefits actually survive? So to you, Do you believe two friends can have sex and everything stay mutual? Since it's hard to date and you really don't want to settle, how do you feel about that?
I feel like what's wrong with the generation now is they rush into everything. They're like, it's like the microwave generation. They rush into stuff.
I agree.
So they don't even take that time to get to know someone, to be friends, to move forward. So I just feel like if you friend with somebody and you guys are both sexually attracted to each other, then something's going to happen along the way. Now, sometimes you can be friends with benefit and nothing happened. Like I've done witness someone that done did that, you know.
Somebody that was friends with benefits and nothing transpired from it, or
nothing transpired. They didn't go to the relationship. They didn't catch feelings for each other. It was just mutual sex. They just like having sex with each other.
Okay, I mean that's from your friend's perspective. But I mean, like with you, how do you personally feel about that?
I feel like I could possibly do that with somebody and not catch feelings because I'm not picky, but at the same time, if you're not actually what I'm looking for, then it'll just stay strictly friends. Like it'll be like, okay, you just got some good, sex.
And it just stay there. So I mean, like, all right, so you could literally go into it and not look for nothing after it. You like, it is what it is, blase, blase. All right, we going on about our business. Like, if you find somebody, you find somebody. If I do, we stop.
Yeah, but for one, I would say that right now I would be like that because in my headspace, I'm 26. I'm not really looking for a relationship right now, no time soon. So that would be my headspace. I'll be able to do that.
So that's an ideal relationship for you right now.
What?
Friends with benefits. By you saying
no, I was just saying, like, as of right now in my headspace, I could do that without catching feelings with somebody because I don't.
Okay. I misunderstood what you were saying. I apologize.
You fine.
Okay. That's what I was curious about. I was definitely curious about that.
It's a lot of stuff as far as like, I would say sometimes women that are too independent, it's hard for women to date them simply because they feel like they don't need them. They just be like, all right, well, you have sex with your own self. Get your own self head. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're that independent, but you don't need me. So it's some women that need to watch out for that, just being too, like, I don't need you. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes you just got to make them feel needed. Like, if you just be like, even if it's simple as rubbing your feet, you know what I'm saying? Rubbing your back or whatever the case may be.
Okay, you brought up a very good, interesting point. Okay, now here's something else I have for you. I know we won't go into depth with it, not today, but we will at a later date. How do you feel about guys and girls of our generation calling ourselves king and queens? How do you feel about that?
I feel like that's correct. Like, you should. You know what I'm saying? You should. Kings and queens, right?
Yeah. Tell me why.
I feel like that's correct. Like, you should be able to call yourself a king or queen because I'm not finna go into all this torn, but like, this is Ireland. This is Ireland. You know what I'm saying?
No, I mean, I get that, but I guess where I'm gonna play the devil's advocate is, like, what have we? And when I don't want to, call you out specifically, anything like that. I'm just speaking abroad. But what have we done specifically to earn the title of king and queen? Like, I get it as far from an ancestor's point of view. You know what I'm saying? But individually, like being born in 1988, I'm going to speak on myself. How can I call myself a king when I haven't earned that title yet?
But what makes you feel like you got to earn the title?
Due to ancestors that, the battles they fought, the people they stood up to, like, for instance, as far as, I'll just say queens go, like Harriet Tubman, that's a queen. Rosa Parks, queen. Our grandparents.
So you basically saying that people who have done stuff,
I'm saying they earn that title. Like,
by doing something to, better our culture, which is cool. I mean, I feel like anybody who is, of male or female could be a king or queen. You don't necessarily have to do anything. It's just that I feel like this refers to how you treat yourself and how you treat others.
I mean, I do agree. I really do. I just feel like for some
I feel like
reason,
Harriet Tubman,
uh-huh,
she was a, and when I say savage, I mean like
very much
out
so.
the, get it
Very.
out the mud type stuff. I feel like she was a savage, she was a hustler, she was a ambitious woman, and she was a queen. But I feel like she was more than just a queen. You know what I'm saying? You can't say people are kings and queens because they earned this title or they earned it or whatever by whatever they did. But I just feel like anybody who feels they're a king or queen can be a king or queen.
I mean, so you don't feel like they have to earn it because it's so much false sense of entitlement going on.
No,
So
I
that's
feel like
why.
if you true to yourself, if you true to yourself, everything you believe in, then you can be a king or queen. You know what I'm saying? And nobody knows your truth but you. I mean, unless you tell it to people, but you know what you've been through. You know how you are. You know if you fake with people. You know if you real with people. You know if you know what I'm saying, if you lie, you know that. So those who call themselves kings or queen who portray that image of being snakes and thieves and you know what I'm saying, what the case may be, they gonna get in the long run. But those who actually genuinely think they're kings and queens, that's fine.
So you feel like they just born with that title.
Yeah. When I have my kids, whenever that's going to be, I don't know when.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna call my sons kings. I'm gonna call them queens because you have to instill that, and that brings confidence. That brings, you know what I'm saying, on top of a lot of other things. Because then it comes to a question, they'll be like, well, mommy, why you call me a queen or king? And then you'll be able to explain them, you know what I'm saying, based off what you learn. Because a lot of people don't read, they don't know what's going on in the world.
No, they really don't. I agree. So once you do that, okay, and let's say you build that in that child's head that they are a king or they are a queen, and then they go out into the world. Now they then entered into society with this mind frame, and you don't think that people will be like, oh, what has that person done, or who gave them that title? They don't, because some people come out very arrogant and they feel like they're better than others.
But it's just like, I wouldn't teach my children to be arrogant with it. I just teach them to the mindset, like, you can go out there and do that. You know what I'm saying? You can go out there and be the first female president, or whatever you want to be. You can do that if you want to, but you have to have the mindset that I am a king and queen. I am somebody. I'm somebody that's going to make something happen.
Okay, so all right, now, not to go in depth with this either, but did you grow up with that? Did your parents tell you that, or did over time you earned it from yourself?
My dad called me a queen all the time,
and
what actually he treated us like princesses, and then we just evolved to queens. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so would you say you're 100% satisfied with how you came out? Given that,
I would say that right now I'm okay. I'm satisfied with who I am now, who I'm becoming. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's because life experiences on top of what I experienced as a child. So I honestly wouldn't do anything different, but I would say the only thing I would do different, I honestly probably wouldn't have went to college.
You say you wouldn't?
I wouldn't. Mm-mm.
Why not?
Because I honestly feel like college is a scam. Because you know what I'm saying, you grow up, oh, you need to go to college, you need to get your master's and this and third so you can have a high paying job. But why are you limited to one certain high paying job? Like, accountants make this figure, well, why are you limited to that figure when you can make more?
But isn't that what made you the independent woman that you are today, though?
I would say what made me independent was, I want to say, when I started playing basketball. When I started playing basketball, and I started doing stuff by myself and knowing I can do this by myself and I can go here and be okay. And then when I went to school, it was cool, but when my sophomore year, I was like, like, what if I want to start my own business? Like, why do I got to be capped at $50K, $60K? Like, why you putting a ceiling on my head? You know what I'm saying? When I can go further. So I feel like school gets you prepared. Like, you get all these degrees to get a higher pay cut to be straight, but I could be putting that same effort on putting this job, this 9 to 5, and making my own business. So I feel like if my parents would have said, all right, you have a choice to go to college, or you have a choice to take this money and start a business. I feel like it would have been a better
So you
experience.
feel that taking the money that was put towards college would have been better for you to start your own business. But how would you have known what to do or what ideas, what I'm
But
saying?
that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like as a society, we're like in this cycle, this transition to be conditioned to do the same thing.
I
The
agree.
same thing, you know what I'm saying?
I
So
agree.
if one parent, like those who start businesses young, like it's a lot of young people that start business. They probably had parents that have their own business that taught them how to do it. You know what I'm saying?
What about those that started businesses that their parents just didn't know any better?
They probably researched themselves. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like if I had that extra, you know what I'm saying, oh, you can start a business type shit, then I would have probably did the shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not in my head at school. I'm thinking like, well, damn, what could my business be, you know?
So let's flirt with the idea that, okay, in this perfect world, you didn't go to school. Like, what do you think you'll be doing?
I purposely think I would be modeling.
Okay. So you feel like you'd have put the time and the effort.
To model, to get out there and brand myself too, you know what I'm saying? Start my own business, because I do have ideas to start my own business. You know, once I get a trademark, then I'll, it's disclose it, but.
Okay, that's fine. That's very understandable. And you have a business plan already for this?
Yes, sir. On my laptop.
Okay. Perfect. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, I just feel like, I'm gonna give my children the option. Do you want to go to school, or what do you want to do? And I'm gonna teach them how to do that. You know what I'm saying? Each generation gets better with time. Each generation, like,
Mm-hmm.
I was just happy to break my family's curse. So
you broke the cycle. Okay, so do you feel that you're gonna raise your kids whenever that time come different than your parents raised you? And do you think, you know what? Here's a good question I have for you, and it's a challenging question. Do you feel that you could become a better parent than your parents were to you?
Yeah, because a lot of stuff happened in my childhood or whatnot, and I feel like that carried on in my adult years. So I feel like I wouldn't even disclose stuff like that to my kids or show them even anything of that sort. So, Now
I know some stuff was just out of, your parents' control. Do you feel that you became a better person by some of the things that you've been through? Or
I feel like my last situation, I became a better person because I started focusing on me. I started focusing on what the hell I want to do, where I like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like that's what I probably needed.
So you'll be a big advocate into, I guess, standing up for yourself or speaking your mind more. That's what you're going to teach your kids. Because I know if your parents was like mine, it's that kind of child stay in the child's place kind of thing.
I mean, yeah, but at the same time, like, no child should see or witness their father. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Stuff of that sort. It's just a lot of stuff.
Okay, I mean, I grew up kind of with male figures and talking to my dad, but directly in the house, he wasn't there. So I guess, I can't relate to what you
I feel like everybody have, because a child who has a mom who's single, whatnot, is going to have a different experience than someone who had the same, two parents. Like I can't never say that I understand how someone who been in a single parent home was, because I had both my parents, like,
So do you, okay, you know what? I got a question for you. Do you feel having both parents in the house gave you an advantage in a way? Despite the things that happen.
It gave me an advantage and it gave me a disadvantage. It showed me, it gave me one example of how a marriage is. And that, I feel like that example was not a good example. So I have to create my own example or do my own thing when it comes to that. Even if I want to get married, I'm not even sure.
So you're not even sure if you want to get married or not?
I'm not even sure. And I feel like people in a single parent home, they can see how, you know what I'm saying, it might affect them not having, well, where's daddy? Where's mom? You know what I'm saying? But they see that one person can do everything on themselves. So I feel like it brings them to be more independent. And I feel like I was only independent because I was ready to get the hell up out the house. Because they tried to shelter me, and I was like, no, like, why I gotta be sheltered? So I was ready, to get out there and experience stuff.
So you jumped off the porch early.
I jumped off the roof.
And you feel jumping off early gave you a bigger advantage. Okay, so compared to some of your high school peers, where you jumped off way faster than they did, if you was to compare, I know you probably don't, but if you were, would you say like y'all are kind of even in the scale of life, or?
I don't know, because I'm not even in Macon anymore, and I feel like those people, a lot of people I went to school with, have like 3-4 kids, and I'm like,
wow.
hell no, you know what I'm saying? It's too much. No. But everybody got a journey,
That's true. That's very true. All right, and with that, I'm gonna ask you this: do you feel like you're pressured to have kids? Like, is your family pressuring you?
Oh no, I ain't pressured to do nothing.
No, I mean like, them coming to you.
No, like I had one day, I think about a month ago, I had asked when I was with my parents, I had asked them, I was like, I said, so what is it like having kids? And they was like, oh, what, you trying to have kids? I was like, hold on, I just asked the question. And it was like, my dad, because my dad had me when he was 21. So,
okay.
Yeah, he was young. So, he was like, well, it changed my life, because you got to watch over 2 other people that's not even you. So he was like, you just got to be prepared and make sure you good to do that. I was just like, okay. So what it was like, oh, so you trying to have kids? I said, no. I'm just asking a question. So, I'm not pressured at all. Like, my sister has hella kids, and woo, child.
And you just take a look at situations around you and want to be
yes, sir. Okay. Like when my other sister did something, and I seen that shit got her in trouble, I said, oh, I'm not doing that. So my sister had all them kids. I was like, oh, I'm not doing that right now. Especially when the baby had boo-boo all on me. I was the boo-boo was coming out the pamper. I was like, oh,
it was pretty bad.
It was horrible. It got over the floor, the wash and dry. I was like, what the hell is going on?
That is nasty. It
was real nasty. It was crazy.
Now, I do want to ask this, despite the little disgusting or weird parts, by your sister having kids and you seeing like the better side of it, did they ever give you baby fever?
No, sir.
So no. So I take it. No.
But that was bad as hell. They still bad as hell.
Okay, so yeah, you that's definitely a no for you right now at this point. Okay. All right.
No, sir. I'm not.